Billions of dollars are spent in wars and efforts at regime change. Besides the money spent, lives are invested and lost. But little lasting change results. Why? Very simply, because changed circumstances rarely change people. It is changed people who change circumstances. Strategic Action Mission Ministries, or SAM Ministries, and its team of staff, volunteers, and supporters is working to carry out the kind of strategic action that gives people a chance and brings lasting change. Right now, in Mozambique, a multi-purpose training center is being completed. Besides the training of teachers, healthcare workers, and orphan caregivers, this center will help to facilitate the ongoing training of the almost 1,000 church and community leaders presently enrolled in our program. These men and women are learning to be servant leaders so they can be agents of change in their communities. Equipping and encouraging these leaders who can train others is giving a chance to thousands. More than 3,000 women are enrolled in our Simukai literacy program. Simukai means let's stand up, and gives women a chance to gain self-worth in rural areas of Mozambique where only 30% of women have the ability to read and write. Besides learning how to read, the women learn God's Word, as well as a craft to help support their family. Three rural health posts have been constructed and are providing critical life-saving intervention for numerous communities who are distant from any health care. People can now receive treatment and care from our health workers who are trained to share Christ's compassionate love with them. A book, Building Healthy Communities, has been compiled by Lynn Legore and printed. This training manual is being used to equip people to live out their faith by engaging the critical and most often preventable health issues in their communities. More than 300 children have a chance for an education they otherwise would not have. These children start in one of our 2 preschools and then go on to study through our grade school. With the support of a sponsor like you, many are able to continue their studies all the way through high school and on to being equipped for a profession or trade. Some of these children have graduated and are already working, loving God and loving people.
Você vai me procurar e me achar. Ou vai me procurar de todo o coração. Jeremias 29, 11 e 13.
Orphans are being given a chance through our Amigo and our Amor orphan programs. The Amigo Orphan Program is a direct sponsorship program to help these children and their elderly caregivers survive in extremely difficult circumstances. Besides food, clothing, school supplies, and health care, these children are enrolled in a program to help them learn to love God and to love others so they too have a chance one day. The construction of homes for these orphans is a desperate need and an ongoing ministry we are engaged in. Emergency relief is being provided to those suffering from natural disasters, as well as to people in crisis situations who have no other hope of survival. Underdeveloped conditions, coupled with the often occurring drought or floods, set the stage for a population that is very vulnerable. The death of a young mother, already a tragedy, is made many times worse if the family has insufficient resources for feeding her infant child. The loss of a maize crop to drought, where there is no other recourse, can spell hunger and famine for entire communities. We witness these situations on a daily basis. With the gracious help of many of you, we are able to help by providing meals to school children to ensure their healthy development, providing emergency food supplies during times of crisis, providing milk formula for orphaned infants and toddlers or those suffering from malnutrition, providing monthly food stipends to orphans and their elderly widowed caregivers. Infrastructure such as staff housing and work facilities are currently under construction. A maintenance workshop is being built to better maintain mission vehicles and equipment, as well as to provide the perfect opportunity for mechanic training. SAM Ministries is partnering with a new organization, Mercy Tech Mission, to initiate this mechanic training and to further our vocational training for young people who need a chance. An airstrip has been started to give us quick and safe access to remote communities we serve and to provide logistics support to the mission. Funding has been secured and a contractor is expected to complete the construction in early 2012. A hangar has been donated and shipped to Mozambique through Mercy Air, another partner organization. A construction team from the U.S. is scheduled to install the hangar in early 2012. God is bringing together a qualified and committed team of missionaries, local staff, supporters, and volunteers to give people a chance. This past year, a number of short-term teams have traveled, volunteered, and served alongside the mission team in Mozambique in a number of important ways. Through the use of their skills, they have loved people, and in the process have encountered God, who is love. Besides those who regularly support all of this work, are those of you who participate in our annual unique Christmas gifts. As a result of your help, more farmers have been empowered to produce better crops, and orphans have received gift packs with school supplies, mosquito nets to protect them from malaria, and blankets to keep them warm. Many different gifts were given, but every one of them has given men, women, and children a chance to experience God's love this year through you. The most strategic act in the history of the human race was the demonstration of God's love in the giving of His only Son to reconcile man to God. We believe this revealed God's strategy to deal with our most fundamental human need. When we receive and live out love, uncompromising, passionate love for God, and unconditional, compassionate love for people, we find the key that unlocks poverty, injustice, and unforgiveness. This love opens hearts to the faith and hope that brings personal transformation and results in lasting change for families, communities, and countries. Join us and give people a chance.